Neptunia games usually come in two flavors, turn-based or action-based. Generally, the main series and its remakes were turn-based, while a lot of the spin-offs are action-based. I'm actually seeing a lot of people have mixed reactions on the new main game being action-based. What they seem to forget though is that most Neptunia games at this point are action-based games, even if they're not like purely RPG games. Action U, Tag Mention, Cyberdimension, Neptunia Shooter, kind of, Neptunia Virtual Stars, Dimension Tripper Top Nep, Neptunia X Senran Kagura, Sisters vs. Sisters and Game Maker, and even that shitty ass biker game are all action driven type games. Now, I'm not delusional. I get that they mean the main series games are all turn based, but really, Compile is a pretty niche company, and to be fair, they've really taken this battle system pretty much to the peak they seem to be able to. The current turn based battle system started way back in Neptunia Mark II, and it went through some slight changes on its way to Neptunia Victory, but not even just that, it's been used in a lot of other games as well. Mugen Souls, Fairy Fencer, Mugen Souls Z, Death End Request, Genkai Toki Castle Panzers, Dragonstar Veneer, kind of, and I guess even Super Dimension used a version of it. Almost all of them are the same thing. The only thing that changes is that you can move in a circle in some of them. The other ones are just purely turn-based like the ones in the original Neptunia, which itself has its battle system taken directly from Trinity Universe. But there's no way you could tell the difference between these two games unless you've played them both. These systems are passable at the end of the day, but really they just dissolve into spam skill and then fucking fill your gauge and fill whatever super meter you have, like ultimates. That's pretty much all they devolve into at the end of the day. While I do like the appeal of it, Compile's turn-based systems from like a waifu standpoint, eventually all the battles, they just turn into this, where you kind of just auto skip attacks and you just spam through the mob battles, which is pretty much any RPG in general, so really it doesn't even matter. The only true outliers in this series are Neptunia PP, which itself is just a visual novel with some sim-type gameplay tossed on top. There's Hyper Devotion Noir, which is a strategy RPG using grid-based combat akin to Disgaea. Later this was also reused for Fairy Fencer F, Refran Chord. And the final one is Neptunia RPG, which is kind of its own thing. No one really seemed to like this game though, and it's really not hard to see why. Going action-based is a natural evolution of this series at this point. In Neptunia's case, Sisters vs. Sisters was the start of this, and a recent interview with Compile Heart pretty much confirms that they're trying to get into action RPGs with this. Plus, you can blame Sanako for considering Sisters vs. Sisters not a main series game, since she wasn't included from the start in its development. The gameplay was followed in Game Maker, which polished the system a bit, allowed you to use 4 characters in battle. The battle system was just a bit more fluid and more responsive. It was still a little bit jank, but I mean, they looked like beta tests for what we're about to get, I guess. Really though, I think their decision to go this route actually started in Virtual Stars. While that game didn't use the Tales series-like combat, it was a bit more action-based compared to a lot of other Neptunia games where you use the melee characters, and you can see where Sisters vs. Sisters got its inspiration from. It's really a shame in the case of Action U and Mega Tag Mention that Tamsoft didn't really give it their all when making those games like they did for Shinobi and Estival Versus, or I guess Honey Parade Games at this point. They could have pretty much had a nice side gig just making good action games for this series. The Senran Kagura games of that area play a lot more, the attacks have a lot more weight, and they're just way better polished than the ones that they worked on for the Neptunia series, but it is what it is. Like, even that crossover game kind of fell flat. It just felt more sloppy. I don't know. And that was a bit of a ramble. I guess I gotta prove to YouTube that I'm not actually a fucking robot with all these Uma Musume videos I've been putting out. But yeah, Compile seems to be going all in on this type of gameplay, doing things like making transformations more cinematic, I guess, but more fluid in line with battles. Looks like this is the way they want to go forward, and really if you want to keep playing Neptunia games, you're probably going to have to get on board with this action-based combat. Or don't, and just not play the games. I mean, I don't really fucking care. I don't work for the company.